I guess time for one controversial rookie, and
Oh,
then
word.
we'll
Okay.
end on that. On
Got it. I
that
love it. I love it.
is, and I want to hear your opinion on this pick because where he was drafted, I know there were some individuals that had issues with it. Where his game is modeled, his size. There's
Hmm.
people that have issues with this person being selected, but Josh Giddey going to OKC.
Oh.
What's your opinions on Josh Giddey?
So at that pick, at that high, I don't love it. But I actually am kind of decently high on Josh Giddey. I'm like, I'm warm on Josh Giddey.
Hmm.
I I think players that can play from other leagues and play against grown men and actually show that they have some talent and they can stand with those older men versus playing in college or versus you're playing your peers for the most part. As you see, like a lot of times, these older players, the 4-year players in college might go off and on the tournament, like Frank Kaminsky or something, and we see what Frank is now. Someone like Moses, or not, I was thinking about Moses Moody. Someone like Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey is kind of similar, in my opinion, to LaMelo Ball. They played in the same league. They have similar um, similar numbers. Honestly, they're both like triple double kind of guys. The only difference, in my opinion, is Josh Giddey isn't the 3-point shooter that like LaMelo was back then. And he's not as smooth, but yet the kid is smart. The kid is
Yeah,
smart and the kid could pass. And I love a player that can do that. And he's tall. I think the guy's
yeah,
6'7", 6'8".
yeah. And I know I've seen some individuals say, I don't remember anyone off the top of my head, but reading through multiple articles and listening to podcasts, size was a problem with picking him. But
Yeah.
like you said, coming out of Australia, just like
It's a good
Lamelo,
league.
there's a level of maturity you have, and you see
Yeah,
that in Lamelo
for
from
sure.
the player he was before he left to go to I think it was some European
Lithuania.
country. He went to
Lithuania, yeah.
Lithuania before he went to Australia. There's a level of maturity you have to have going to another country and then learn their process, live in that
Yeah.
life, and play a game, right? So being with those adults, I agree. And then um, just the way how in the footage that I've seen of him playing, I do like how he looks a little quirky in how he plays,
Yeah,
right?
he is a little awkward.
But there's guys like you look at like a guy like Karis LeVert. The way how he moves on the court is too unorthodox, but he
Yeah.
makes it work. So I see
Mhm.
that happening with Josh Giddey as well too. That's why I think he's another wait and see type of guy. See what it's gonna
Yeah.
look like. Let his body fill in a little bit more, and then we'll go from there and see how how he could impact the OKC.
I so that's the thing with OKC and Josh Giddey. I like Josh Giddey the player, and different than the theme of the show, I actually don't like the fit in OKC. I think it's a terrible fit. Why would you draft a point guard who needs the ball? This is a guy you don't draft him to play off ball. He's not a 3-point shooter. This guy isn't athletic. He's not going to cut to the ball. He isn't a great defender. He's not terrible.
Mm,
He's surprisingly athletic at times just because mainly he's tall, but you want the ball in his hands and that's when the magic happens. Why do you draft him when you have Shea on the team? You
Well,
have
Shea's
Shea.
been
Yeah.
so I
Yeah.
don't know if you give the car keys to Josh Giddey, but I know Shay's been shopped.
Yeah.
Um I don't think I don't really think you give up Shay to give
Yeah.
Giddey the keys, but I really do think that I agree with you. Like it is it is a weird place for him to land, right?
Yeah.
But it's much like the other theme of this podcast is there's a lock jam on a lot of
Sure.
teams with guards because the fact is the game's so positionless and they're allowing bigger guys to play that guard role. You're now competing with guys that are 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", and we're phasing some of those guys out of the game too.
Yeah. It's especially for this team, I really hate it. Because like Shea is I'm actually very high on Shea. I see superstar potential. I think he's very close if he's not already there in people's minds. Um, I think this kid is who you want to be the future of your franchise, and they just paid him. Great, you have him locked down. Why do you spend what was it? Is it the seventh pick? Sixth pick? I think six. I don't know. One of them. Six, seven, eight, one, somewhere around there. Why do you spend that pick on a point guard that needs the ball? And then
He was a
at
sixth pick.
the sixth pick, oh, so you could have had Kaminga.
Yeah.
Kaminga would have like. I actually think I think Kaminga is a better player. You could make the argument for either, but Kaminga's raw. You have the rest of your team is raw and young. You can grow with them. Maybe you could develop the entire team, sure. And then I think with the 18th pick, they drafted another point guard in Trey Mann. Trey Mann he's kind of more of he's a combo guard. The kid's 6'4", I believe, skinny guy. He likes to shoot. But like you have him, you have Theo Maladon, you have I actually like they had Ty Jerome on the team last year. I thought he played pretty well. I liked him as a backup guard. But like you have all these guards, and for some reason they just love drafting point guards when they already have a star point guard.
Yeah.
It's mind blowing to me. So yeah, that's I like uh that controversy pick you had in there. Cause Josh Giddey the player, I actually like Josh Giddey on OKC.
It's,
Uh,
much like all of these picks, we just gotta wait and see
yeah,
how they fit, what they look like. Who knows? Josh Giddey might be the rookie
yeah.
of the year.
He might see that's the thing. That's the thing about that's separating what we're doing now versus what we did in the past. In the past, we can have all the hot takes we want. It wasn't recorded. No one can go back to them and shove it in our face. But if one of these players that we shat on today comes up and is amazing, and we just talked all this trash on them, now we get to look stupid. And I'm looking forward to that.
Can't wait for the day.
Yeah.